Hey there, it's Maddie-marcksherk with the Beatty Westerland team at Premier Sotheby's International Realty. Today, I just want to give you a quick snapshot of the real estate market here in Southwest Florida. Generally, I'm going to be focusing on Naples and Bonita Springs, but this is kind of what's going on in the Southwest Florida market. I want you to be aware, especially if you're looking to buy or sell, what's going on down here. The best we can do is kind of look at numbers and kind of understand what's happening. So first of all, we know that the days on market for most homes across the board are increasing. The list prices are starting to come down. Sellers are dropping their prices in hopes to get some sales moving. We know that the peak real estate market in relation to prices and rapid sales was in December of 2021 on average for most communities. That was a year and a half ago from right now. However, a lot of us are still in this mindset that a year and a half ago is current. The prices are still quite high, and it's quite impressive what a lot of these homes are selling for. However, there's a handful of people that are selling that bought their house in December of 2021 in that crazy rapid market and are expecting to get the same speed and price as they did then. Across the board, prices are still incredibly high, and the value of homes are great, and homes are still selling. But those increased prices are starting to correct. This is great for buyers. Buyers have a little more wiggle room, negotiation room. They have the opportunity to think about their decisions before they're making them. All great things, but this does lead to sellers getting a little bit more impatient, dropping the prices a little more frequently. One thing I want to point out is just because list prices are coming down and days on market are coming down does not mean the market is declining. It just means that the market is correcting. The real estate market is cyclical, and it's always going to go up and down, and it's slow. Real estate sales are generally, they don't change super fast or super quick. It is a gradual thing that happens over months and months and months. So that's just kind of a quick little overview. The interesting thing about Southwest Florida specifically is every community is different. So there's some communities that homes are still selling kind of like it was December of 2021, but then there's homes that are selling like it was maybe 2019 before the pandemic, before the real estate market kind of hit it off. However, these prices are still generally quite high for the homes. Again, what we are also seeing is that overpriced homes are being found out and are not selling. So the buyers are, in a general sense, a little smarter, can say, yeah, I'm not paying that much for that because there's more on the market, there's more opportunities, I'm gonna wait for them to drop their price, or I'm gonna find something else because things are coming more and more on the market every day. In Southwest Florida, now we're getting into our slow time. About mid-May is when a lot of us, many of us real estate agents, especially this year, noticed there was kind of like an abrupt halt to activity. Mind you, we are predicting that this is because a lot of potential people that are down here renting, have a house, are going to come back down this summer, anticipating some better deals. A lot of the homes have slower activity in a general sense because there's less people here physically, that sellers may be more willing to drop their prices, especially if they listed it in January and February and it still hasn't sold today in June. I went to a meeting recently, and it was an appraisal company that's been studying the market analysis of all of these communities over several years. Since 2008, we know what type of time that was for the real estate world. Pelican Bay, for example, single-family homes are taking a much longer time to sell than Pelican Bay condos. So Pelican Bay single-family homes, just in 2009, when the real estate market was not doing as hot as it is today, it was taking about 2.5 years for single-family homes to sell. Jumping to 2021, single-family homes in Pelican Bay were selling in an average of 1 month. Currently today, they're selling at about 9 months on average. Pelican Bay condos, 2009, it was taking about a year and a half to sell. Beginning of 2022 was their peak at 0.3 months to sell. And then currently, as of today, it's about 3 months. Taking a look at Bonita Bay, in 2009, it was taking single-family homes about 2.7 years to sell. In April of 2022 was its peak at 0.6 months to sell, and as of today, it's about 4 months. There's a lot of reasons for this. There's a lot of hurdles and interesting factors that we might not fully know, but it's just important to know if you're looking in specific communities, just understanding each individual community market as well. We're just coming back to a more balanced market of about 1 year. Doesn't mean that sellers need to panic, doesn't mean we're thinking that it's going to crash. It just is correcting. The market is correcting, and that's just what's going on. I do think it is a desirable time for buyers to buy during the summer months. Because of the lack of foot traffic, there are fewer showings and sellers do tend to get more antsy and are willing to negotiate. Another quick fact that I want to point out is there are some communities, specifically high rises, where there's a lot of people in the buildings. They only typically allow renovations during the slow summer months, so you're not kind of interrupting all of the elevator moving when it's in peak season down here. So if you're looking to renovate in the summer, beginning of summer is a good time to buy, and then to renovate through maybe October. But once season hits, that's when they start to get more strict on renovations and contractors. All of these contractors and everything like that, those people are also tend to be less busy in the summer months, just like kind of everything. When there's just fewer people, there's fewer activity, fewer jobs to do. I also would like to touch on more longer term, what to expect in the real estate market. 2024 is an election year, and with election years, that is kind of a distraction. Who knows where that will head? It doesn't mean that the actual elections are related to real estate market, but when there's something big going on, we're humans, we tend to get distracted. There might be less activity in 2024 simply because of that. Also, looking at the younger generations in a general sense, I do think rentals, if you are looking to build wealth, rentals are gonna be very interesting, especially right now. Young adults, working adults are having a tough time buying their first homes simply because of the cost of rent and the cost to buy a house and the interest rates that have creeped up a little bit. To keep in mind that millennials and younger people they tend to value experiences more than things. This is something where I do believe that younger people will be renting more often, more frequently, so they have the freedom to travel and do more experiences, and they might be spending their money on experiences versus buying a house. Not that I think that's a great way to build wealth, but that's just something that within the upcoming several years, something you might want to think about. So buying a rental property is never a bad idea, almost anywhere, not specifically Southwest Florida, but just with the generations that are coming behind us, that's just a general idea. Again, like I mentioned, the interest rates as well, they have creeped up, but historically they are still low. Hopefully they creep back down and keep the market still going strong, but the market is still, at least in Southwest Florida, quite strong. There are a handful of cash buyers as well that aren't as affected by these interest rates. Anyways, that's just a quick snapshot of what's going on. There's still activity. Southwest Florida is always fairly busy all year round because it's just a great place to live, and people are always moving to Southwest Florida, and we can't blame them based on the weather and all of the golf and activities that you can do, especially as people are retiring. Southwest Florida is a hot market in a general sense. I really hope this was helpful. Shoot me an email if you have any more questions, or if you'd like me to dissect any specific communities for you that you might be interested in. I really appreciate you watching this far in the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.